Channel 107 in the car and on the all-new Sirius XM app. Get closer to everything that moves you, wherever you are.
Why do you go to Princeton Longevity Center?
We go to Princeton Longevity Center because my husband's cardiologist told him having this exam saved his life.
Because somehow 20 turned into 40, and now I need to take my health more seriously. The Princeton Longevity Center designed a program to keep me healthy and active, so 50 and 60 will be no sweat. Because even though my cholesterol is high, it turned out my arteries are clear. That's a big relief.
Whether you want to make the most of your future years or just want...
Good morning, Krista. How are you?
Meet the Princeton Longevity Center. Their comprehensive preventive exam combines the latest...
I'm driving to Waterbury, the brass city,
personal plan for staying
this morning.
Because I shouldn't have to wait an hour for a 10-minute physical. I go to Princeton Longevity Center because I get everything done in one day and take my results home.
I'm good, thank you.
Why you need Princeton Longevity. Call 888-8000-PLC or go to PrincetonLongevityCenter.com. Call 888-8000-PLC.
You know, I'm worried about what's going on in the world, but I'm not really worried because there's nothing I can do about it.
Running a business today can be daunting.
What's going to happen is going to happen, and
Supply
so
chain challenges, labor shortages.
all I can do is control things in my own orbit here, my own work, my family life.
You can rely on, and
That's all I can do.
Trust. Acumatica is different by design, built on the conviction that thriving small and mid-sized businesses are the heart of the modern digital
Yeah, exactly.
economy.
It's whatever's going to happen is
Acumatica
going to
was
happen,
created to
and
meet your complex needs, giving you a 360
you know, I look at it as God's will. God's going to allow whatever to happen because there's a need for it.
Acumatica.com to discover how you can tap into the power of the cloud with a business system
Whether it's
that
a
enables
collapse
you to make
or
fast decisions
of
based on real-time
the United
data.
States
No
or
matter where you are,
economic war, whatever,
we are
you know.
of partners, customers, and creators. Join us.
Nothing we can do as little people.
Building the future of business together.
Looking for a smarter way to manage your money? Interactive Brokers lets you manage it all in one account. Earn interest up to 4.58%, borrow starting at 5.58%, and use the debit card to make purchases everywhere. Deposit checks on the go.
Good morning,
and
whoever
pay
else is
bills
in there.
electronically to simplify your finances with Interactive Brokers. Switch today and visit IBKR.
Just going to do a short drive here
Individual results may vary. There's no guarantee that past
from
performance
Wallingford
will
to
lead results.
Waterbury.
Invest wisely.
Wherever your business takes you, remember you is you. If you
So my work today takes me to Waterbury in the morning, and then I go back to the office, and then in the afternoon I got a couple cases to do in New Britain, and after I do the New Britain cases I go home.
Get you some of the day's gainers.
So I'm kind of in and out today.
And always on Bloomberg on Sirius XM. Context changes everything.
This is Interstate 91 northbound, the same highway I went up yesterday on Michelle Street. But much better, as you can see, the roads are today than yesterday. Whoa!
Bloomberg Interactive Broker Studio. I'm Lisa Mateo.
That was a piece of ice off of my hood that popped up.
Before we get to that, we want to see how futures shaping up ahead of it. S&P futures up about 0.4%.
Yeah, I parked my car outside.
0.3%. Nasdaq futures up about
So,
0.6%.
do have some ice on. There we go again.
Yield is higher at 4.33%. All right, those numbers coming in for retail. Let's go to John Tucker with that complete breakdown.
All right, so the U.S. consumer is not falling off the cliff is the first reading. The advanced month-over-month retail sales number up 0.6%. The expectation was for 0.4% rise, and the prior month's number that was up 0.3%. Now the control room, this is when you strip out some of the volatile components. That was up, that soared up 0.8%. Remember, the expectation there was for a rise of 0.2%, and the prior month's number 0.4%. Still waiting for some of the revisions. There you have it. The U.S. consumer.
Hey, Picker Rick, how are you?
Because they are going strong. A 2-year yield now. Right before the number, Lisa said it was up 9 basis points, more policy reactive 2-year. That is up 13 basis points right now.
So the roads here are better today, much better than yesterday.
But you got a really, really strong markets react. Futures negative 20 become futures negative 25.
It's still cold outside, though.
A little bit. That'll be delayed. We'll see that here in a moment. But where you see, really
19 degrees outside.
Gaming the Fed. We'll get to the strong dollar in a moment. But on 2-year yield of 14 basis points, 4.36%. The 10-year rockets over 4%, 4.11%. Damien, you see the strong dollar. And we're going to get the data Tulsi here on, once again, the gloom proves wrong. But what's it mean for Jerome Powell?
I mean, I got a cold in my stomach.
Yeah, it's cold.
Tom, I mean, holiday sales must have been pretty damn good. You know, these are good numbers, better than what the market expected.
I mean, we're going to see it.
Sun's out finally, though. First time in about a week.
Talk about the pulse of
That's good to see.
The season that we saw. There's just no one better to do.
It just seems like the last few months, the sun has been out maybe one day a week. It's very cloudy, constantly cloudy. You know? Blue sky is rare, it seems like.
What did the people of caution get wrong about retail America into the end of the year?
I think overall, and Tom, thank you so much for having me. I think overall, one of the key things that was the difference is we had
Yeah,
Christmas that
70's
was
nice.
bigger this year. So
I have my car set for 72
procrastinate. And
inside.
So really everything was driven around the event days, whether it was the Black Friday weekend or then that week leading up to Christmas. It's what made the difference. It's not that holiday sales were so great. Full price.
This here is Route 691,
And in line with
which connects
expectations.
Interstate 91 over to Interstate 84, goes through Waterbury, and then up to Route 8, up to Winstead, actually. So if I'm going from work up to Michelle's or your place or Winstead, Torrington area, I would go up this way.
Talk to us a little bit about what that GDP figure means to you.
What it means to me, especially for luxury, and I spoke last week to the CEOs of Neiman Marcus and Saks, and they all talked about the slowing and challenging luxury goods environment. Look at Burberry's numbers, which were just released at the end of the week last week. It talked about the slowdown, and in Europe, the local slowdown spending, and you're still not seeing the Chinese come over and spend, whether in Europe or in the U.S., anywhere near what we had pre-pandemic.
I'm keeping a safe distance between the car in front of me and myself, just because
Is there Tiffany experiment working out for those of you?
you don't know what the guy in front of you is going to do. I had some guy riding my ass here on the left lane, so I'm going to move over, let him go by. He's in a hurry.
It has. Not only has it been successful, but also they garnered profit.
Now he's not in a hurry.
Much
Wow.
quicker, frankly, than when it was
Fucking
all
people,
happening.
man.
And the way they've done it, they've modernized the store, they've modernized the products, they've brought in influencers, celebrities.
It's nice seeing the snow on the ground, though.
Think about it. You're talking about engagement jewelry.
You know, we had snow and then icy rain, so there's like a glare, an icy glare that stands out in the sun.
Chelsea Advisory Group, she and Jeff Feldman with great work across all of retail. And I know Damien, Mrs. Sassoner called me up. She said, you got to ask about the leather knit red sole Austrian Louboutin boots.
Hey, Red.
$1,595. It's a way to go through the snow drifts.
Hey, Red, what do you think of Israel taking on Egypt again? Why the fuck they doing that?
Yeah, this is my question for you. You know, El Nino, right? Input cost margins. You know, talk to me about the impact of El Nino on cotton prices on some of these things. I mean, do you see that kind of trickling through the bottom line?
It does. I mean, one of the things, keep in mind all the freight expenses and tailwinds that companies got from
That's
lower
a big-
freight
that's a
costs
big
in
move,
2023. Apparel is going to benefit with lower cotton costs in 2024, but maybe not to the same magnitude. We're still going to need some level of sales leverage, and there are two drivers in 2024. It's about innovation and it's about value. Have those two elements, and you'll have a full.
Did you guys hear Slingshot Warrior yesterday on Michelle's?
I mean, what are you thinking here? I mean, gas prices are now ticking up. Obviously, going to see much evidence of that.
I think he was pretty good as a guest.
How does this really impact some of
Of course, Michelle was talking over him constantly,
Do you see any impact?
but I caught a moment where I told him, I go, look, this is what she does. She's deaf and she's blind and she doesn't hear you. You know, she's not being rude. She's just this is the way she is. And I think he understood that. So hopefully he got it. It took me a while to get that with Michelle, because when I first found her and, you know, tried to get on the show, she'd start talking over you, and I thought that was rude as hell. You know, like, shut the fuck up and let me finish my thought. But just the way she is, you know.
I think overall, definitely, I think when the weakness in luxury, like any weakness in LVMH, I think that's an opportunity. But really, it continues to be about off-price and discount, given what you've seen in the moderation of consumer spend.
Hey, Red, I'm going to the Brass City, Waterbury. Now known as the Brass City because the gangbangers there, but in days gone by, they made clocks and things like that there, brass locks and whatnot. You know, it was an industrial hub. Now it's brass shell cases that they're known for.
She only shops at the Waterbury in Florence, Tom. I mean, you know, it was just a Europe, and I have to say, I mean, there was a lot of foot traffic in some of the traffic in some of these places. And, you know,
hopefully, when I get there, I can park on the side street and walk over to the courthouse.
That's good to hear. I think that would help all of luxury.
Lisa Mateo's here as well. She was this. Lisa Mateo.
If I don't get a side street parking spot, I have to go around to the other side of the green and park there, which means I have to run a gauntlet of beggars and bums through the green, always costing me for money. But we'll see what the day brings.
Whatever market value you walk it out of the store before trying to bring it to someone to sell, it's higher. And for some, I've heard it's at least 10% higher even the day it walks out.
They want to hit that ice block there. So I got another guy riding my ass. I'm gonna let him go by. I have a big sheet of ice on my hood that I don't want to break off and fly into the other guy's window and break it, and, you know, then I gotta pay for it, so let this motherfucker go by. Yeah, he seems like a decent guy. I mean, I think he's on the spectrum. Believe it or not, I think I'm a high-functioning autistic myself. You know, maybe on the very high spectrum. I don't know. I was never diagnosed as such, but I kind of have the same thought process as sometimes as other autistics do.
What's the investment? Are you making?
I don't know.
Can you justify it to the hubby for spending that much money? You know, I still can't decide whether or not to wear pumps or flats on a Saturday night. So excuse me, but I mean, you know, look, I mean, some of the.
So this is 84 split off. To the right here, you go towards Hartford, and to the left towards Waterbury. Now 84 eastbound towards Hartford, if you take that all the way, that'll take you all the way up to the Massachusetts Turnpike, which in turn will take you up to Worcester and Boston. Whereas 84 westbound, which I'm doing here, you go all the way down into New York State, that'll take you all the way into upstate New York along the Pennsylvania border. You know, so this is a big long highway here we're on.
Jonathan Tamari looks at the state of play ahead Tuesday.
And this was the way I went after Christmas when I went looking for some land up in Big Eddy, New York. Went down 84 and eventually took some of the back roads there. But I was not, there wasn't really much there to buy that's affordable. Or not so much affordable as reasonably priced. I think everybody there selling their shit is trying to double up on the actual value of the land. And I can wait, you know, I don't need to buy anything out there.
That's according to the American Cancer
I don't have anything up that way. If I buy land, it'll be here in Connecticut, I think, or in northeastern Connecticut, which would be more proximal to my older daughter and her family in the Massachusetts area there. Hello, 5 people watching. Welcome. This is a short live stream of me driving to Waterbury, Connecticut on Interstate 84 westbound. Hey, Mel's Bells. Yes, it's actually 21 degrees now. I heated up a couple degrees. It's cold for Texas for sure out there. But thanks for coming by. I just got the Bloomberg radio on, getting caught up on the financial news, and then I got a court case to do at 9:30. I left a little early because I never know what the traffic is like here. It's going pretty smooth, but sometimes there's an accident or something that pushes me back, 30, 45 minutes, and I don't want to get there late. But it looks so far so good. No traffic here. Roads are very good. The problem with these roads is they have all that, whatever the solution is, sodium chloride or whatever the fuck that shit is that rots out your car. So I think we're supposed to get some more snow Thursday night, Friday, and then it might ease up for a bit. I have to take the car to the car wash and do a full over and under wash, get all this crap out of my car. I don't want my car to rust out before it needs to. This is a 2021 RAV4, and I want to keep it for at least another 8-9 years or so. I wouldn't buy an American car, man. They're all shit. Poor noodles with this fucking Chevy, man. Jesus Christ. He's complaining the tires, the lights, this and that. I mean, part of that's maintenance. I mean, you gotta buy new tires occasionally, dude, Suck it up and, get yourself some new tires, man. Part of maintenance.
Check out my new personal page on the fully redesigned app to see all the places you can hear me with all the latest episodes and more.
The windshield, he's letting that go. The electrical problem is probably most concerning. If I were him, I would take the car to a legitimate AAA approved mechanic to look at it and fix it for him at a good price. Whatever the case is, I don't know if he's driving around with the check engine light on or what, but he's more concerned now with his mother, so hopes and prayers and good thoughts going here that way towards his mother. I don't know if it's her time or what, but from what I heard, she's been in a coma for 3 days in the hospital, so send your prayers out to Mr. Noodles and his mom and the family.
Nature's Blend, a premium freeze-dried raw dog food called the Miracle Worker by Forbes magazine. Dr. Marty is now
It's something we all have to face, our parents going before we do.
One simple concept. Your dog needs a high meat diet similar.
My parents, I've been blessed to still have them around. My dad's 85, my mom's 82. And I'm keeping an eye on them, just about every day. Because, it's just a matter of time when I have to deal with that end of life scenario. Here's a spin out.
So confident your dog will love it. Your order is
thankfully on the side of the road. How the fuck you could spin out on a dry road, I don't know, but not me. I'm going to stay on for about another 10 minutes or so, guys, until I get into Waterbury, and then I'll shut it down. But I do appreciate everybody coming by here, checking it out. I don't regularly stream during my work day, but this just happened to be a good opportunity. It was a nice day where I could safely drive a good road and keep an eye on the chat. So, thank you everybody for coming by. If I didn't see your message, thanks. But here we go. Up on the hillside ahead of us, you'll see a cross.
This summertime. Move the markets right now. Boeing down about 0.5%. Still
I don't know if you can see it there, right above the car in front of me. And that cross there, there's a little park there called Holy Land, and you got all these little village things, these little gnomes and stuff. It's a religious thing, so if you're a Christian, you might want to visit that. I think they fixed it up and reopened it. It was abandoned for a long time, but it's been opened up recently, I heard. And on the right side is most of Waterbury there, guys. Ahead and to the right. You see some of the old factories. A lot of them have been converted over into office space or condos or rental units.
People in America are going like, okay, so what? What's the so what?
St. Mary's Hospital there. That's one of the two big hospitals here in Waterbury. The other one is Waterbury Hospital.
It's going to exit its yield curve control policy, and there was some.
There's been a lot of medical consolidation in Connecticut with Yale, New Haven Hospital buying up these hospitals, and then in Hartford Hospital buying up a lot of the other hospitals. So it's really consolidating into two big conglomerates owning most of the hospitals in Connecticut, and even some medical practices. So
there certainly is, Tom. I love yields in Mexico.
That's what's happening here in the
and so what's interesting to me about Mexico is
financial medical arena.
Rightfully so. But I mean, if you just kind of think about on a forward basis what that high yielder.
I believe both of these Waterbury hospitals were purchased by Yale.
I mean, if that yield differential
last year, maybe
kind of expanding, it should be a good trade.
Right now,
so they operate under the Yale umbrella.
On YouTube, it is 8:49 on Wall Street.
Now, a look at the front pages. What's making news around
So we're coming down the home stretch here, guys.
from major publications.
You come into Lisa Mateo's desk and there's like 25 newspapers on the desk. She's looking at Le Monde on Paris and looking over at the Nikkei, and you get whatever it is in Japan and South China Morning Post, the romance of the newspaper.
So directly across the street, that big white building is the City Hall for Waterbury.
Worst ratings ever. But
when I handled the insurance for the Waterbury vacation, public works, and all that kind of thing, I would have to go there and meet with the risk manager, the mayor, and some other people and go over the bigger claims they had.
The two of them, I mean, HBO obviously cleaned up that's Discovery, but I mean, like, Warner Brothers, rather. And if you
take care, Mouse.
Look at the broadcast networks, the CBSs, the NBCs, the ABCs.
Have a good day, honey.
Again, just one award across those 4 classic networks. I mean, like, what kind of content are these people generating, if at all?
Lisa, from where you sit, are the award ceremonies dead?
Yeah, they're kind of dead, but it's all about the streaming. Like, it's a show like Succession. Have you seen Succession?
Oh, yeah.
All right, let's go.
I'm a huge fan of the TV.
Sorry about that.
Was great.
Dropped you guys.
Tom,
I'm gonna try to find a parking spot here
Samurai.
on the street.
Unbelievable. I'm waiting for the next season to come out. I mean, it was so good.
What's great about it, and you're going to see in February, folks, James Clavell's reading of what we all read in 1976, and I can only shave like once a week then. And Clavell's
All right.
Shogun will be coming
Excellent.
out.
We have a spot.
I'm really anticipating this. So, you know, we'll have to see. We got a second story.
Oh,
It's not
shit.
as nice a story.
Emergency
What's
vehicles
about
only.
in the newspapers today.
Yeah, we've been talking about the colder temperatures, everyone shoveling out, and you're hearing all this stuff. But what was happening?
I'm
in
not
New
an
York City,
emergency
a lot
vehicle,
of
so
migrants were waiting out on the streets. They were sitting outside of the city office in Brooklyn, and they were waiting, hoping to get this identification card. It's called IDNYC. You had about a dozen migrants, kids out there. The problem is that these appointments are booking up to get these cards. They take walk-ins, but there's no way to hold their place in line. And there's confusion around the card, right? So some are told by shelter workers that it's needed to get employment. Others are told you need it to get to the hospital. But the Department of Social Services, they say that it does not provide work authorization and doesn't impact immigration status. So they're just really confused. It's confusing.
Warning you across the nation, Lisa, this you know, the weather's turned. And this is all of a sudden, is there
now that, ladies and gentlemen, is parallel parking.
Besides this migrant story, with the weather the way it is, I don't think so.
No, and that was it.
All right, guys, I'm going to cut it off here.
And just the
Thanks for stopping by, everybody, and everybody have a great day. Take care.
In city shelters, and that's the main point to drive home.
What else do you got here?
Okay, so I found this in the Wall